Hey, welcome back to Midas Letter Live. My guest in this segment is Edgar Montero, the CEO of Chemesis International Inc., trading on the CSE under the symbol CSI. Edgar, welcome to our show.
How are you, James?
I'm great, thanks. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah. So you just started trading on the CSE on July 20th, and tell me about the what's your business?
Well, obviously, we're in the cannabis industry. That is safe to say. And we're very glad. We have been in the market for over a month now, and it's been a great experience. We are based in Canada, but we have multiple assets in three different countries. So it's very, very pleasing to be in this new era where opportunities, expansion, and business it's all over the place.
Okay, so your focus is in California and Latin America?
Yeah. California, it's our first asset. We have a facility down there. It's a little bit more than 20,000 square feet, and we are about to start extracting 90 kilos of crude oil per day, which is very substantial as our first asset. We also have another asset called Desert Sand. That it's a fully compliant distribution company, distribution, transportation, and manufacturing company, and it's been in the market for quite a few months now, and that's very interesting because now we have the opportunity to start putting products into the dispensaries now that California is shifting to a new regulation, and this is pretty excited for us, and we are doing great. It's as I told you, it's a great opportunity to tap into the largest economical market in the world right now for cannabis, which is California.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so do you guys have dispensaries actually selling your products at this point, or not yet?
Yeah, we have a few. Remember that after July 1st, there's a lot of dispensaries that need to change into the new regulations. So we are catching the dispensaries as they start complying with the new regulations. So we are going to see a substantial increase on not on our revenues but in our presence in the following weeks.
So your products have been able to pass the sort of stringent testing requirements in California?
Yes, we have been doing this for a long time. Not only in California, but in other places with our partners. Remember that we have local partners that have been pioneers in their markets, and they know what they're doing. They've been testing their products for quite a few years now, and it's for me I'm honored that they pick us as their partners, and that we have those products in the shelf right now.
I see. So the foundation of Chemesis was originally in the testing department.
Well, no, and the manufacturing department, the extraction. I think that our forte, it's extracted cannabinoids from the plant and converted into different products and medication, depending on the market that we're looking at. Obviously, in Latin America now it's gonna be medicinal at the first phase, but what we're looking into tap into a market that is humongous, is gigantic, and we're very pleased to have this opportunity.
Yeah, so you've been acquiring incrementally more and more of SAP Global, and that is the brand name of your main product going into California dispensaries?
Well, that's the company that we acquired. They have multiple brands. California SAP being one of them. It's multiple times awarded extraction brand. They have oils, they have ointments, they have multiple formulations, and we have been very pleased to work with them. They are top notch. Their quality is just amazing, and we kind of inherit all these awards. They have 26 awards in the past 4 or 5 years. So it's very refreshing to have such partners in California that can give us that name and can give us that trust in the consumers. And it's overall it's been a great experience.
Sure. Okay, so interesting. So you've got cannabis production in Puerto Rico. Desert Zen is are they a grower of products or not a grower?
No, those are distributors.
Okay.
It's a distribution company, manufacturing and transport. So
Okay.
remember that in California, it's very important to have the product from one place, put it or change it, package it, and then distribute it among the dispensary. This is a market that's been there for many years, and now they are just passing through new regulations. And we were able to tap into these new regulations and be one of the first movers
Yeah.
after July 1st.
Okay, so then tell me about your Latin American expansion plans.
There's a lot that we're doing in Latin America. I think that the market is there. There's uh, more than there's hundreds of millions of people in Latin America that are waiting on the green revolution to come to their countries, and we're very pleased that have the experience and the relationships in Latin America to go through the regulation, get those licenses, and start the entire spectrum of business, from the cultivation, manufacturing, and everything in between.
Sure.
Obviously, we're very proud to have the relationship with local partners that are very important for us in our formula, because we need to be partners with people that has the credibility, that has the science behind it, and the overall moral compass to share the values that we have as a company.
Sure.
We believe in integration, James. We believe in the expansion. We believe that we are contributing a little bit to bring the cannabis industry a little wider and bring the world a little bit closer to us, and that's our mission.
Okay. What countries specifically in Latin America are you developing in now?
Mr. James, I want to be invited again to give you all this news. If I spill the beans in our very first interview, you won't invite me again.
I see. Oh, it's an embarrassment of riches situation. I get it. Okay, so you haven't made any announcements in any country specifically in Latin America. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
we have been working very hard. Remember that Latin America it's a market itself, and you need to build a relationship. You need to do your due diligence very properly, because it's a market that requires a very tight relationship, and this is what we're working on right now. We are going to make the announcement very soon, and hopefully I can give some of the announcements in your show.
Sure.
But that is coming soon. I promise that.
Okay, great. Then, Edgar, so what are the big catalysts that investors can look forward to in 2018 and into 2019 that are going to represent sort of shareholder value development?
Well, the most important thing for us, James, is to build shareholder value with real revenues, with real profits, with real assets that are growing exponentially as the markets increases, and you have this uh, rampant growth in California, of course, but in North America, in Canada, and you're going to look this rampant pace in Latin America as well. We are just tapping into a huge market. The world is now wide open, and I believe that countries are looking into cannabis as an answer of many things,
Okay.
not only the opioid crisis, but also economical development and many other things. So
Sure.
you will see a lot of the world in the upcoming years.
Okay. And then you most recently raised $25 million in an equity financing with Alumina Partners. Can you tell me about that financing? What price was it done at? What did the unit look like? What are the terms and conditions?
Well, this is for us a milestone. Obviously, it's very pleased to have in this early stage of our development companies that are willing to trust in what we're doing. So the terms of the deal, it's we are taking tranches of $1 million at a time based on our needs, and we are just giving the equity as we have it that day. But most importantly for me is this: we are now just in the beginning of our development, and I think this deal gives us validation to continue doing what we do. We are very well capitalized at this point. We have control of our destiny at this point, and this is very refreshing for our shareholders, because now the leverage is on our side, and this is very good for the company shareholders and the overall growth of our company.
Wow. Okay. Sounds great, Edgar. I'm going to be very much following with interest your development, and we'll come back to you in a quarter's time or so and see how you're making out. Thanks for joining me today.